Hi, it's Margaret Maloney, and if you will just give me a little bit of your time, I'd like to share with you why I find this work breakdown structure training to be so important. You see, a work breakdown structure really saved my career, and this is why. I started out as a brand new project manager and with no training, just bumping around, finding my way. And somehow things went pretty well, and I was picking things up as I went, and then all of a sudden, we had a program. And the company that I worked for, I was new at project management was new to them. We had this big thing we could barely get our arms around, and that's because it was a program. And to be honest, none of us knew for certain if we could do everything that we needed to do by the timeline, the date that had already been set. Well, here's what we knew. We knew what we were supposed to do. We had scope written, but we had no good estimates. What we did have was an anxious project sponsor looking over our shoulder, worrying because his neck was going to be on the line. And so what we did is we brought in some smart project management consultants, and they recommended that we take a big off-site day and take everyone together and do some planning. Now the sponsor, he didn't like this because his thought was, you're already on a tough schedule. You're going to take everyone off the project for a day to do planning? Just work. And all eyes were on me because the final decision was up to me. And I did decide to take the planning day. I didn't know exactly what was going to happen. I was trusting that the people that were helping us were really good, and they were. And here's what they did. They had us go away and they took every project team and sequestered them in different rooms. So this was expensive too because we rented space for this. And in every team they took the scope document and they went through the scope document, and you know what they did? They created work breakdown structures, which I didn't know what one was until that very day, to be super honest with you. And I walked around from room to room watching all of this happen, watching these scope documents get translated into this work breakdown structure, this thing that showed what we needed to do to make this thing happen. And then they were able to take those work breakdown structures and come up with estimates. And then they were able to take those estimates and understanding the relationship between the project tasks, put them into a schedule. And then they were able to create schedules for each of those 12 projects of this, was now this big program, and see if we were in fact going to hit our due date. And of course the good news is, yes, we were going to hit our due date, but even better news was we knew with confidence. And that all came from taking the scope and creating a work breakdown structure. So when I say to you that the work breakdown structure saved my career, and I say to you that it's the project manager's best friend and your powerful project planning tool, it's because of the experience that I've had with it. And that's why I ask you to really think about, do you know how to create a work breakdown structure? And if you don't, it's okay, but learn how. Thanks for listening. Wishing you every success.